Previously on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time. 18 students began their quest for the title of Carnegie Mellon's second sole survivor. After a tough loss for Dorit, Jude was quickly on the outs. We saw something never seen in College Survivor before with the Puppet Master, who taunted the Zaman tribe in an attempt to gain control of a hidden immunity idol. Back on Dorit, realizing that there was a majority alliance of Anna, Nikhil, and Xavier, Vivian and Ricky used the potential of Jude having an idol to spark fear in Nikhil, who devised a plan to split the vote, leading Vivian and Ricky to lead the first Blindside of the season with a 3-2-1 vote, making Anna the first person voted out of Scotty Survivor Lost in Time. 17 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Wow. What a game. I didn't see that coming. I thought it was a shoo-in. This is bad.
That was hard. That was really hard. And is just a really, really great person, but in the end, it's about the game. I really hope that, as people, as fellow Tardans, that we can be friends, because Anna's a great time.
Anna got voted out. My closest alliance got voted out.
Essentially, me, Jude, Ricky, we voted for Anna. Anna and Xavier voted for Jude, and Nikhil voted for me. This is exactly what I predicted, including Nikhil's swing vote at me.
So, which one of you voted Anna? Oh, okay.
In the end, I didn't think that she would, remain someone that I would trust. Jude is slightly more that person.
Not expected to go like that, and I kind of feel really bad for Anna, but also I guess she played me because she was really like, oh, I'm gonna vote out Ricky, I'm gonna vote out Ricky or Vivian, but Nikhil was the one who voted Vivian, so that means she voted for me. And I don't know, that's so sad. Literally, if I had changed my vote because I felt bad for her, I would have been gone home.
I'm a little surprised, but I understand.
I was worried that if Jude had the idol, Nikhil, I know you told me you would get the swing vote to Ricky, but I knew it was going to be on me because Anna's been throwing my name out. And I wasn't sure if Jude played the idol and it was a revote, I wasn't sure if I'd stay. And I was really worried that I wouldn't, so I thought it might be safer to just not go that way.
I know that Nikhil and Xavier are not going to take it very well.
She knew that she was kind of on the ropes in this vote.
So she voted
if the vote went towards Jude, she felt like
well,
she was
that's
maybe.
pretty. Yeah, you're right.
So I think she went with what she felt she should have gone with, or what she felt.
Oh,
was
and she kept
best for
saying
herself.
that she was nervous.
I don't know if they're really in alliance.
But you're right.
Nikhil claims that it was a dice roll between me, Ricky, and Xavier. I don't believe that because Anna was so adamant that I was the backup.
So my vote was between you three, so I did that. So I was gonna do them three. I called Ricky and I told him that I'd do Xavier, but then I talked to Xavier about the plan, and I didn't do that. So I just decided it'd be the fairest thing to do, is just a dice roll.
It sucks losing Anna, don't get me wrong. That really threw off my entire game, but even more than that, the fact that just finding out where alliances really lie, I had no idea Vivian and Ricky were that tight.
Ricky told me that basically his vote tonight was to prove his loyalty to me, and I believe it. We both voted for Anna, like we said. Anna's out, and it went exactly as planned, because if Ricky had changed his vote to Jude, then Jude would have been out. So he did prove his loyalty by following our plan.
Also, there was the whole thing of Jude potentially having the idol. If she had the idol, she would have played it, and I wasn't about to waste my vote on Jude.
How come you did not play an idol? I honestly wasn't sure if you were telling the truth.
I thought it was crazy how everyone expected me to have the idol, and that silence between when Govin announced it and the silence that followed felt like the longest time of my life. And then I asked Vivian right after, she was like, oh yeah, everyone's looking at you. I was like, oh. So I guess I need to go get the idol now.
Honestly thought you might have one because you looked the longest.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was like, is Jude really feel safe enough to not play the idol? We were hoping that you would play the idol because you were scared. I know that Xavier feels a little betrayed because he voted for Jude and he didn't know that we were all going to vote for Anna. He feels like he was on the wrong side of the vote. To be fair, Xavier, we really wanted you to know. That's why I told you the plan.
No,
so I didn't want to like blindside you.
It's okay. It was definitely a possibility. I was not, like...
I also did tell you to.
Nikhil and I are still super tight, and Vivian and Ricky are super tight, and then there's Jude in the middle. No one... I mean, who's on the chopping block next? But, I mean, she's the swing vote, so... she has some power.
Just honestly don't want to be in this situation again. I will do whatever puzzle practice I need to not get in this situation again.
Right now, Abby's kind of giving me like not the best vibes. She was talking to my roommate from freshman and sophomore year and asking me like what the tea is on me and like asking me how much Survivor I've actually watched. So I don't know, she seems a little like snaky.
Abby was talking to me afterwards, after the hangout, like, and she was like, so I was talking to one of Joe's friends, like a mutual friend between Joe and Abby. And earlier in the night, Joe was like, oh, I haven't seen any of Survivor. Like, I've only seen Survivor Michigan, you know, like, that's all. So kind of playing, like, I'm kind of dumb to this, like, I don't really know much about this game card.
Totally freaking lied about seeing Survivor. I think. I'm, like, almost positive that he has seen a bunch of seasons and he's just not telling us.
What do I know about Survivor? Yeah, pretty much nothing. I watched half the season of Survivor Michigan.
He said he'd never seen an actual season of Survivor, and then he was like asking these questions. He asked, wait, so when you get voted off, you go on the jury? Is that only after the merge?
There's something called a merger that they haven't done yet.
Like, of course you know what the merge, like, you've seen it before. If you know what the merge is, if you know what the jury is, like, you've seen the show before. I had no idea what those were before I've seen the show, right?
So I don't really know what happens. I only know what happens for the first bit of his experience, I guess. So I guess I'll be surprised.
I don't know. I'm not buying it. He's definitely seen it before. He wouldn't be asking all these questions if he doesn't know what he's doing. I just think it's a bad move to lie about that.
What else do I know about Survivor? I know that there are a lot of fake people, I guess.
He clearly knows what he's doing. He's clearly extremely paranoid as well, like, already.
But I'll be able to sniff out the fake people from that.
And who would you flip on?
Probably Joe. I don't know why. Like, he just seems sketchy. Very nice person, and I like him, and I know he's here to play hard, but he just says things and I'm like, damn, like... He was like, yeah, I'm fine lying to people, and I'm like, don't expose that about yourself, sir.
Right off the bat, he's lying to us.
I think he would be good in challenges, and so I do want to get him out pre-merge.
I'm wary of her. Haley's pretty cool and Ethan's cool, so if anything, maybe I try to stick with them three.
We know, okay, like Tina and Runcheon are going to be the first ones to go. And Tina has literally not even talked to any of us a whole week. Like, we've been talking in our chats and everything, like our whole tribe, and we haven't heard from her at all. So it's a little bit weird.
I feel like Tina might go home if we go to tribal, and then Runcheon. I don't know, I'm not really interested in making alliance with Runcheon right now.
Tina's like an easy person to go first. And so having those four all vote Tina, I think is like an easy thing to have happen. And like, there's no need to do any skewing right now. So I think if we hold strong in that, like, it'll be fine. That being said, if there's any like inkling that it's going south, I'm totally gonna try to blindside Joe and just have him be the first person out for our tribe.
Oh my god, guys. So Lauren just FaceTimed me right now, and she basically told me that she got the email from the puppet master that the puppet master sent to me yesterday.
The puppet master just sent me where our idol is.
What do you mean?
He sent me a screenshot of what looks like Noel Simon, and said the idol's here under this bench.
She got it today at 3:13 p.m. and it had nothing else except the screenshot.
I should go get it.
Yeah, you should go look.
And I didn't want to go alone in case they're like camped out and they're gonna like expose me.
This doesn't make any sense. So I was basically targeted because this person sent it to me first and literally told me where the location was.
So they sent me the clue, which I thought was really interesting because I really wasn't trying to trust them. I didn't know who they were, but this kind of throws a wrinkle in things. Maybe they are somebody I can trust, and maybe I'll listen for that fortune favors the weak kind of thing.
If Lauren finds it, she's gonna be really confused because it's not gonna be the same idol that Puppet Master had. Because it's my fake idol, because I swapped it out.
I have this idol now. I went and looked. It was there. It looks a little different from the one in the picture, but whatever.
I feel so bad that I'm deceiving people like this. What is the game doing to me?
I don't intend for anybody to find out that I have it. And I don't think they'll ever know. I think they'll just be wandering aimlessly looking for it.
Lauren called me while I was in class, and I told her I was in class, I can't talk right now, but what's up? And basically she said, we need to meet. And I was like, oh God, what happened? So we met after my class ended today, and basically she told me, dude, I got another email from the Puppet Master, and I was like, hold up, what?
I got another email from the Puppet Master.
No way.
Did
really?
you?
No, I didn't get anything.
Oh, no.
Holy shit, wait, what did it say?
It's just he sent me a picture titled location.png, which I imagine is where the idol is.
Oh, and he circled it?
I don't know where that is. There's so many.
I do.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Should we go look?
Yes.
And so we're like, is the idol there? And so she's like, I needed to tell someone. And since I was already on campus, we met, she's like, let's go check.
We're gonna go search for this idol that may or may not be there because the quote-unquote Puppet Master sent just an image to Lauren today. And I don't know where we're going, but yes, I do.
Rowan is a tour guide. That's also why I called her. I was like, if anybody knows who it is,
it would be the tour guide.
It was fruitless. There was nothing there. So we told the tribe, first of all, I told her, she was like, what do we do? I'm like, first of all, we have to tell the tribe. We already established this kind of trust, within our tribe, so we should tell them. And so we told them, and basically made it, seem that we were gonna meet up, even though we already were met up. To go check for this idol.
So it was actually Valen's idea to send the screenshot. And I was like, oh, I'll just follow along, do what she says. Because I wanted to do that anyway after I found it and just be like, hey, if anybody wants to check this out. Because then I knew that they'd be like, oh, it's fake, it's not there. It's in my backpack.
I didn't expect her to tell the email to everyone, because in our Zoom call, she agreed that she was just gonna show it to me and Valen. But then she basically sends the screenshot to everyone. And she's like, yo, I got another email. You think it's legit? Can anyone meet on campus to check? This was at 5:38 p.m. And then Parker texts back right after saying, pretty darn sure I checked there yesterday. I wouldn't waste the time. Maybe if someone happens to be passing there and wants to check, but it's highly unlikely. But no, that email hasn't reached me yet.
Parker had said that he checked there the day before on Tuesday. He didn't see anything there, and so we just I'm at least a little happy that we weren't off campus and we came to campus to check this. We both had to be on campus for a reason. I was already on campus. Lauren had to go in for her scheduled confessional, so we just checked. But it just made me more mad. I'm like, who are you, man? I want to know who you are, so badly. What the heck?
Everyone else is saying they didn't get an email. Obviously, I can't tell them I got an email. And then Lauren's like, cool, I just got to campus at 5:42 to do her confessional thing. And in my head, I'm like, wait, but you told me that your confessional thing was at 4:30. So now I'm sus that Lauren probably has my idol, the fake one that I put in.
Genuinely, I just went and grabbed it. I knew where it was too. I was like, I recognize that place. But I genuinely was busy all afternoon. I actually did have had my interviews and other things. So I was hoping it wasn't very suspicious that I got the email at 3 p.m. and then didn't send it until 5:30. But genuinely, we are students.
5:46, right when Lauren sent the screenshot to the group. And he asked me, did you get the same email? And obviously, I can't tell him that I got the email. And I was like, I didn't get anything like that. I'm just very confused right now, acting all innocent. Hopefully he buys it. And then he texts me saying, Lauren definitely has it. He said that he sprinted the second that she sent that screenshot because he knew where the place was. And I asked him, wait, where even is that location? And he was like, I know exactly where it is. It's outside Wheat. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's basically where it is. And he said that he sprinted there, but it was gone when he saw it. So now he's super sus of Lauren because Lauren's receipt says it was at like 3 p.m. and so she basically had 2 hours.
I hope I played it off well. I think I acted surprised and like pissed. Kind of, I tried to match Fallon's energy. Like, oh, this is so annoying. And I think Parker saying that he checked yesterday as well, and was, I guess, probably not there. I think it helps.
The only way I get caught is if Puppet Master somehow tells everyone later on that this person, that he like sent me the same exact email to you, but a day before. If that happens, then I'm basically effed.
Come on in, Verandi! Zaman, come on in! Verandi and Zaman getting your first look at the new Dorit tribe. Anna voted out at the first tribal council. Nadia, what's your reaction to Anna being voted out? Is this who you expected to be not here today? Talk me through what you're thinking.
I'm a little bit shocked, not gonna lie. I know Junit was on the puzzle last week and I thought that she was the cause of their loss, but I don't know anything about their tribe.
Junit, you just got called out by Nadia. How are you feeling knowing that you survived this vote now?
I think that's a respectable opinion. However, it's just the tribe dynamics within the tribe dynamics, you know, so that's just how it ended up going, and I'm just happy to be here another week.
All right, your next immunity challenge is called Lost in Translation, and this is how it works. You will be playing a classic game of telephone, except instead of a phrase or a word, you will have to get a story from the first person on your tribe to the last person on your tribe. One person from each tribe will be told a story from me. You will get to hear that story in its entirety twice. Then you will have 5 minutes to retell that story to the next person on your tribe. You can answer any questions or review any points of the story with your tribe mate, but once 5 minutes is up, then the tribe mate who just heard the story will have to recount that story to another tribe mate, and so on until you get to the last tribe mate. The final tribe mate to hear the story will then be asked a series of questions based on the original story. The two tribes who answer the most questions correctly will win immunity, safe from tribal council this week. Losing tribe, the second person will be voted out as Scotty Survivor, lost in time. Zaman and Verandi, you each have one extra member, so choose someone to sit out, please.
I'll be sitting out.
Ranjan sitting out for Verandi. Zaman, who will be sitting out for you? Nadia is sitting out for Zaman. You guys have your orders picked? All right, the first person will be following me to hear the story. Are you guys ready to hear your story? Okay, here's the first reading. Marty and Beverly are scientists who have known each other since birth. They are trying to time travel in the Chronos time machine to a previously inhabitable planet called Homestead. They can collect data on the living creatures there. During their transit, an asteroid crashes into the machine, dismantling the time machine power reactor fueled by an animator engine that causes them to shift between two realities, one real and one dream. In the first reality, Marty and Beverly are happily married and living in Westview, New Jersey, with their only child named Nova. They are chased by the Dracos, an alien race with 7 heads that pretend to be elderly citizens living in Westview. In the other reality, they are trapped in a powerless state, drifting towards a freezing cold star the size of Saturn, which will kill them. To save themselves, Marty and Beverly must determine which of the two realities is reality and fix the Kronos power reactor in the real reality so they can continue their travels to Homestead. To do this, they have to find a photon energy source and a quantum laser to fix the antimatter engine before the Dracos or star threaten to destroy them in either reality. If they don't fix the machine in time, they'll be forever stuck in limbo between these two realities. Your 5 minutes will begin when I say, Survivors ready! Go!
Oh, are you okay?
Wait.
Wait, you know what?
Marty and Beverly, two scientists who know each other since birth.
Parker telling the story to Lauren.
In order to fix the antimatter engine, they need a photon source.
Ethan is telling the story to Tina. They've got about 3 minutes left to tell the story in this first round.
We're kind of back to book.
All right.
Or I can tell them.
What are the names?
1 minute remaining in this first round.
On the
Called
time
it
machine. Kind of Chronos.
Chronos, like time, Chronos just means time in Latin.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and go!
Go, Xavier, you got it!
Oh boy, this is a doozy. All right.
Marty,
5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes.
you have two scientists. Their names are Marty and Beverly.
Martine and Beverly, and they're working on a time machine called Chronos.
On a Cronus time machine.
Cronus
They're traveling
time machine and they're
to
traveling.
an
Non-inhabitable planet.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this round before the next person hears the story.
They have to use a quantum laser and what was the other?
Photon.
Quantum laser. Photon.
To do, they have to collect photons in order to repair the antimatter core.
1 minute left on the clock. 1 minute.
Two scientists know each other since birth. Beverly and
3, 2, 1, go!
Run, sprint.
The photon laser quantum energy source. Remember that. Okay, so
there's an asteroid that comes in, breaks the antimatter engine,
Valen recounting the story to Ale.
and they're split into two realities.
We've got one more round left in this storytelling challenge.
One reality, they're happily married with a daughter named Nova.
1 minute left on the clock, everybody. 1 minute.
In the other reality, they have two. Oh my god.
3, 2, 1, go!
let's go.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So Marty and Beverly.
Me, Beverly, and Martine.
Beverly,
Yes.
Marty, Beverly. Yes.
Joe recounting the story to Haley.
Seven-headed Dragos monster.
Hale recounting the story to Henry.
The Draco is trying to eat them.
Jude and Nick recounting the story to Nikhil.
All of them are named Draco?
7 elderly Draco.
What does that mean?
1 minute and 45 seconds left.
Wait, I had it. Beverly, Martine, and then Martha? Marty?
Not adventures, right?
Reality.
3, 2, 1, and stop! All right, it's time for the questions, so everybody follow me and we will get started. It's time to find out how much you remembered. I am going to be asking 12 questions. The tribes with the most amount of points after the 12 questions will be immune from this week's tribal council. If there is a tie for the last place finisher, we will go to a tiebreaker question. You will have 15 seconds to answer each question. Are you ready? First question. What are the names of our two protagonists? Yell it out for me.
Beverly and Martine.
Henry.
Beverly.
Haley. Zaman and Verandi get 1 point. The correct answer was Marty and Beverly. Next question. What is the name of the time machine? The correct answer was Chronos. Nikhil and Henry get a point. Question number 3. What hit their time machine when they were in transit? Nikhil.
An asteroid?
The correct answer was asteroid. We are now at 2 points apiece. Question number 4. What got damaged on their time machine? Reveal.
Antimatter engine.
The correct answer was power reactor. None of you got it right. Next question. What type of energy does the time machine run on? Reveal, Nikhil. The correct answer was antimatter energy. Henry and Nikhil got a point. Question number 6. What is the name of the inhabitable planet they were attempting to time travel to? And reveal. The correct answer was Homestead. Haley and Nikhil gain a point for Verandy and Dorit. Question number 7. What is the name of the town they live on in the first reality? Please reveal. You are all correct. You all get a point. Question number 8. What is the name of Marty and Beverly's child in the first reality? Reveal.
Nova.
The correct answer was Nova. Dorit and Verandy get a point. Next question. How many heads does the alien race have? Reveal. You are all correct. Question number 10. What is Marty and Beverly drifting towards in the second reality? Reveal. Henry and Haley get a point. What will happen to them if they don't fix the time machine in time? Reveal. The correct answer was they would be stuck in reality limbo. Correct answer was given by Henry. It all comes down to this last question. Name one of the 2 items that Marty and Beverly need to find to fix the power reactor. And reveal. You are all correct. We are going to the tiebreaker question. The tribe that is farthest from the correct answer will be going to tribal council. You will have 30 seconds to think of the number. In the exact number, what is the word count of the original story? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Nikhil. The correct answer was 221, which means Verandy and Dorit, you are safe from tribal council. Zaman, unfortunately, you are not close enough to the right answer, and we will be seeing you at tribal council this week. Verandy, you have another decision to make since you were the closest to the number. You will be choosing who on Zaman will get a clue to the hidden immunity idol. You will have a minute to discuss this.
Wait, who's on that tribe?
Which tribe lost? We giving it to somebody puts a target on their back. So who do we want to do that to?
Verandy, who will you be giving the hidden immunity idol clue to?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna give it to slippery bitch over there, Lauren.
Lauren, come get the idol clue. Zaman, we've got nothing for you. We'll see you at tribal council. Dorit and Verandy, enjoy being immune.
So essentially we had to play telephone, but instead of, I guess, a phrase or a word, I don't know, I've never actually played telephone. It was a story, and then at the end of the story, the last person to receive the information had to answer 12 questions about it.
We were trying to figure out who to go, like, to position in the challenge and to have our strategic thing. And Joe was like, Ethan, like, you should do it. You have a good memory. And I'm like, oh my God, the first challenge, me building blocks. And I have to remember this whole ass story. But I kind of popped off because I remembered most of it. I was the first point of contact. So I was just like, need to remember these important details. This is where my social work background came in. I was like, okay, like, this is my active listening where I actually need to, like, pay attention to what people are hearing and reflect it back to someone else. So I was like, okay, like, got that down. Went to Tina, repeated everything useful.
So I chose second. And honestly, I was a bit concerned just because I don't view myself as like the most accurate storyteller. When I tell stories, I gotta like recall information and just like have to think about for a second the little details.
I hit it off really well with Tina during the challenge. We both have the same birthday, which is like very creepy, but like that Libra energy means like she is gonna be indecisive. She is going like, I know I'm judging all the way here, but like the Libras, like I know how you are. Like you're gonna be fake nice to me. I'm gonna probably be fake nice to you back. But like it's gonna work because we're gonna hate the conflict. We're gonna enable it, but we're gonna hate the conflict. So Tina, like if you're still around, like I got my eye on you.
I kind of recited the main details back to Ethan, and then it was my turn to sprint over to Abby, who was the third person in the telephone for my tribe. So I sprinted over, and I was just super into it. I was like, this happened, and remember the kid's name is this, and remember they get hit by that. So like I was like super into it. I was really enjoying myself. Like it was super, super fun. I didn't think I'd be that good at like recalling all the information, but now that I'm reflecting back on it, I think I'd have to give major props to A-Push for making me remember useless information. So thank you, A-Push, for finally doing something useful for me.
Now that Tina said that whole story to me, and she did very well, I feel bad about saying that I wanted to vote her out.
She communicated everything effectively to Abby. Abby communicated everything effectively to Joe, and Joe communicated everything effectively to Haley. And like, honestly, our tribe was a very well-oiled machine. We all worked together. Challenge was funny. Shane fell at one point, which is like, karma for giving us a shitty challenge.
And there was no doubt in my mind that we were gonna win it again. Like, you just gotta go in and just say, we're gonna win it. And that's what we said. I didn't even like let the thought of like losing like even cross my mind. But when I was answering the questions, I genuinely felt like we were gonna lose because I kept getting them wrong.
Like the 15 seconds where they're filling out like their answer, like Haley was filling out her answer, I got up, I walked over to Joe, I whispered in his ear, "You better have fucking said asteroid." Which was maybe a little intense. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but sorry, Joe.
And then I swear, when Shane asked for me to estimate a number, I am like, estimating is my literal kryptonite. Like, it is the thing that I am the worst at doing. Someone could be like, how many people were there? And I'd be like, 10, but there were like actually 40. Like, I can't estimate. My brain doesn't do that.
Let me tell y'all, everyone was sweating because like, who was counting the word count? What? So we're all nervous as hell because we're not trying to go to tribal second week. And I don't know where like Haley clutched us. Like, God bless Haley, the clutch came through.
So when he's like, okay, the correct number was 200 whatever, I actually was like, oh, I was the furthest away. Even though someone said 600, but then he's like, Verandi comes in first place, and I was like, that's the moment I was like, wait, we actually won? Like, I didn't even know, I didn't realize, because I just assumed that like my estimation was like thousands off.
Haley's explaining it, and it was like the most CMU thing ever. She was saying, what was she saying? She was like, oh, I had to do a bunch of like discussion posts and stuff, and like that like discussion posts are usually like 200 words. And that story is like about the size of a discussion post. And I was like, girl, that's literally the most CME thing I've ever heard. Bye.
Our reward for winning that challenge was we get to choose another person on Zaman to get an idol clue, which is the same reward as the last challenge, which is lame, but whatever. So we chose Lauren.
Gave it to Lauren, and it was iconic because apparently Lauren calls herself Slippery Bitch, like that's her name. And we got Ethan to announce the idol clue, so he was like, this next idol clue is gonna, or the first idol clue for Zaman's tribe is gonna go to Slippery Bitch. And we were all like, yes, our queen Slippery Bitch. Our queen Slippery.
Pretty sure Slippery Bitch is a little mad at me for being like, here's the idol clue, but that's a little nerve-wracking.
I've been hearing some rustlings in the wind, some whispers with the grapevine. And I think people are trying to vote me out based on my performance with the slide puzzle from the first challenge.
First two people that are going are Ranjan and Tina.
I don't want everyone going on thinking I'm like this powerhouse or something. Like, I'm not a mitochondria. Like, let's calm down for a moment.
My tribe, at least, like, we don't seem too connected, or at least what it seems to me. So I think I'm in a pretty comfortable spot.
I still do think Tina's the easiest person to get out first, and that if the Bean Squad stays strong, then that'll just go smoothly.
Main concern is that when we do swap or merge, actually no, when we merge, Verandy is going to be seen as a threat, especially if we still have all of the people or like most of the people in our tribe, while the other tribes, you know, are like cut by like 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know how it's going to work, but like we're going to be seen as like a major threat. I feel like people are going to want to get us out because we have the numbers. It's like if you're going into Target and there's this really cool brand of like oatmeal, I don't know, and you go in and 2 other people are going in, and you keep taking that really good brand of oatmeal and there's no oatmeal left for anyone, and those other 2 people are like, what the heck, I can never get any oatmeal, like you guys keep taking it. Then when you're actually like all together, they're gonna remember that. They're gonna remember, hey, you never let me get that oatmeal.
Hi. So, oh my gosh, my tribe won immunity. Like, we have immunity and we're safe for this week. After the stress of last tribal council, I do not want to go back. So I'm so happy that like Nikhil, so amazing asset. Oh my gosh, and Vivian, so I'm so happy. I'm so relieved.
I knew I was gonna be strong in that challenge. I've been very good. I'm very good at like verbal memorization. I don't know why. I don't know where that like comes from, but like I've always like I knew I could do it.
We're not going to tribal. Oh, I'm so happy about that. That I couldn't have dealt with another weekend of that, especially this past weekend. No way.
It really sucked because first off, we got the first question wrong. I kept telling Xavier that it was Marty and Beverly, and for some reason he could only hear Martine and Beverly. So I know that when Nikhil answered that first question, like, what are the names with Martine and Beverly, he was probably going like, oh shit, like we got that wrong already.
I'm so pressed that it had to come down to luck. Like, if that was me and I happened to get everything right, I would have lost because of luck. Like, I'm just not lucky. So the fact that we are not going to tribal is huge relief.
Nice to be able to just like know that we can relax for, I don't know, a week, whenever the next challenge is, and just get to know each other as a tribe, because when you lose the first challenge, I mean, you're just scrambling, so you don't really get to know your tribe mates.
And I honestly feel for Zaman, because like it's midterm week soon and going through like who's siding with who, like should we make alliances, and like Lauren's on Zaman. I can't have her going home. Like we need to, I'm like trying to take her, I need her information, she probably needs my information, and I really would like to go to the merge with her.
I also got to talk to the other people in my leg. I talked to Ethan and Parker. Love Ethan. He is so eccentric. I want him to be my ally, and it's great because I already think he's like somewhat allied with Abby. So I think I'm going to try to reach out to him. I'm really bad at doing that because there's not really much reason for me to do that to other tribes, but I'm going to try to do it. And that would be great if post-merge it was like me, Ricky, Xavier, Abby, and Ethan. Like that'd be such a strong 5.
Vivian and Ricky want me to come over and ally with them. I have no idea what to do right now because I feel like I trust I feel like I trust Nikhil so much more than especially Ricky and sort of Vivian.
Tell her that because we have numbers. Like, we should talk also that Ricky is not trustworthy.
Right now I want it to be me, Ricky, and Xavier. I want Nikhil to feel like he's scrambling, which I think he does, which is why he just called me and asked to meet on Thursday. I think he knows now that like he could be on the bottom. The truth is he isn't, because I would rather get rid of Jude first, but he could be on the bottom.
Nikhil and I wanted to meet with Vivian tomorrow and try to pull her over to us. We still potentially could, but I don't know. She seemed honestly kind of trusting in Ricky.
Follow up on the potential alliance between me, Vivian, and Xavier. Well, it's seems official. Xavier said he was down, and Vivian said that Xavier told her that he was down, so I guess that's it. So now it's an alliance. I'm just like it, between me, Xavier, and Anna last week. I am still just, for me, and as far as Vivian knows as well, that I'm still like a little like I'm not like 100% like sure about the alliance, just because I still feel like Xavier might still have some like lingering feelings. He might still like potentially prefer Nikhil.
People currently don't know that I'm close with Nikhil, so that's good at least.
I want to be with Ricky and Xavier. I want both of them to feel closer to me than they do to each other. And I think that's the case right now. So I have to be careful to not have that change.
After the challenge, after we lose, the clue is given to Lauren from Verandy.
We went to check where the clue led us. So the clue was something like move diagonally, move forward, don't make a rookie mistake. So it was like, it's obviously chess.
Parker was here, we were here. Yeah, we were here. Okay, wait, read the clue out loud.
But what was crazy is that that's the exact location that Lauren got. Lauren got this picture from the puppet master where the idol was going to be, and it was that exact same spot. Like the coincidence was like uncanny. It basically revealed that the puppet master wasn't lying.
We all go to the location that puppet master basically sent to us, right? The chessboard. Nothing is there, so we're like all confused, saying like we have no idea where it is. Like timeline wise, it just doesn't make sense. Like why this idol is missing? Oh, someone has it.
They sent a picture of this.
Yeah.
That's my question. Right. They found it here, right? That's fair. That's fair. That is too big. Someone has it.
What do you think about the idol clue? I think it exposed me. I was really bummed that we lost because I wasn't ready for it to be something related to chess or related to that like honeycomb thing. So it definitely put me against the wall and like literally forced me to admit that I had it.
We go to tribe bonding. At tribe bonding, everything was going great. We were just kind of like reflecting on our loss, and suddenly Lauren just says, "Oh, I have a confession to make." And in my head, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what confession is this? And Lauren basically tells us, "I have a hidden Young Movie idol."
Immediately, when we're all like hanging out and being friends, when Lauren shows us the idol, the first thing in my head is, first of all, I knew it, right? Like, Lauren, you didn't fool me.
Well, tells us, she just reveals that she has the idol and that she went and checked Saturday or Friday, the day of the challenge, but like earlier in the day, and she checked the same place. She's like, I'm gonna just check again, and she said there it was in the exact like bench that was circled in the puppet master's picture.
What? Like, why would you tell people that? And then she goes on to show us the idol and the clue. And the idol is the one that I swapped. And I was like, oh my god, so that's what happened to my idol.
Alan told me that night that Lauren actually called her before she told the rest of us about the email with the location of the idol. But the puppet master sent us a picture of the location. She called Valen before telling all of us. When Valen told me that, first thing that goes into my head is, okay, she trusts Valen more than she trusts anyone else.
Consensus was kind of like, damn, Lauren has the idol. How did she get that? We were like confused because she was like, we kind of came in the same consensus that she might have been lying, that like she got the email at like a 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and then she didn't call me and we didn't check together until like 5:30 or so, or 6. So like she had some time before. She told me that she had a job interview and stuff like that. Like part of me kind of believes her, but part of me also is just like in general, I don't actually know what happened, so I can't say for sure that I trust her.
You have to make her feel the most confident that no one's voting her. Make her feel super comfortable that she either doesn't use it at all or she uses it on someone else. That is what we have to do.
She was basically saying like, I'm gonna play it to myself on Sunday on the treble, and that way we can just put it back into the game.
She would if anyone, she would use the idol for Valen, because Valen is an ally to her, right? So in my mind, my plan going in is making sure that Lauren knows that no matter what, Valen is the one going home.
That's when I proposed an alliance between me, Henry, and Aol, and Henry instantly agreed. I then proposed the same to Aol, and he instantly agreed. I think Aol had actually been wanting to have an alliance of this sort for a while. So we formed our alliance that I named the Boys.
We were just talking about Nadia, about including her in the Boys, or the to-be-named alliance. And I was saying I think it's a great idea. I think she's highly competent.
First thing we do is ask Nadia to form an alliance between her, Valen, and Lauren.
So the girls and I have been chatting for a while. So I guess like that's been like the main part where we've been talking. Nadia texts at the same time I say hi, like into the group chat, that we need to talk. And basically she reveals to us that the guys are in an alliance and that she knows, like I asked her, like, is this a hunch or like you know for sure? And she said she knows for sure because they just tried to pull her in to the alliance.
Hearing that the guys have an alliance, I am worried about them like eliminating one of the girls.
They just text me out of the blue, like, hey, like we're on a Zoom call right now, like, do you wanna like hop on? I'm like, okay, sure. And then they were like, are you interested in joining like our alliance? And I was like, sure for now. Like, I don't know, like I didn't know what to say, right? Like you just can't say no to that.
My allegiance right now is to the guys alliance, just because I think going forward it makes more sense for me and everyone else to just stay with the guys.
From Nadia's perspective, we sort of pulled Nadia in to vote Valen out, and if she tells them that, then they trust her, right? She gives them information that we're feeding them, but they think it's Nadia flipping on us.
Lauren, because they know that you're gonna play the idol, they're like not gonna vote you. So now the target is on Valen, unfortunately.
She can both feed us information about what their plans are and try and get Lauren to play the idol on Valen. So Nadia has been working hard on that, and there was a while where it seemed like Lauren wasn't going to budge.
I tried so hard. Like, both me and Valen were trying to convince her that she should not. It just made the most sense. But she's still like, guys, I can't give up my security like that.
I just hope they're not like meta gaming, for lack of a better term, and like telling Nadia that they're voting for Valen in the hopes that like I give my idol to her and then I go home. You have to really be confident that I'm going to give it away, and I've said very many times that I'm not.
Lauren has started to kind of weaken that and think maybe I should play it on Valen and try and get the blind side on the Boys, because she's assuming Nadia's going to vote with them.
Lauren reaches out to me yesterday with Nadia, and the three of us meet on a Zoom call. And in the Zoom call, I am lying straight up to Lauren's face, just the way she's lying straight up to my face.
Like, straight up, I've talked to everyone except Valen.
I'm just sitting there saying, listen, it just makes a lot of sense for me to vote Valen. There's no one else that I can really target. It's just Valen, whatever.
Henry and Parker are kind of leaning towards Valen with me. It just makes the most sense for me.
Lauren's sitting there, oh, I haven't really talked to Valen. Oh, I don't really know. Yeah, Valen sort of does make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I haven't really talked to anybody.
I was afraid that I was being a little too convincing to Valen. I was afraid that I convinced Lauren to flip and vote Valen. Because in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm telling her that there's 3 votes on Valen. If her and Nadia also vote Valen, then it's 5 against 1. It makes a lot of sense, like, from her perspective.
Who do you think you would, like, want to put up, like, or vote for?
Like I said, either, like, I agree that Valen is maybe a little distant, and then I don't know Parker. So it would be, like, one of them for me.
After the Zoom call, Nadia texts me and says, oh, Lauren just called me right after our Zoom call and said that she's considering it more to use her idol. So that's good. That means what I said convinced her that we are very confident in our plan, no matter what, to vote Valen.
They know that I'm playing it, so maybe I don't play it for me, and instead I play it for Valen.
Henry told Lauren that Aol was also talking to Henry. And so she immediately told me, because like we're supposedly in this like core Green Alliance, right? Me, Ayal, and Lauren. And so Lauren wanted to tell me that Ayal is kind of like scheming behind her backs, and that she wants to get him out.
Tried to reiterate to the girls multiple times that, you know, in Survivor they often will do guys and girls. And so if the guys have signaled that they have an alliance and they're talking with one another kind of like on Discord or on like Zoom and things, then, you know, if we don't get rid of one of them, then we're in the minority, and that's like not good moving forward.
I need to figure out what I want to do in terms of strategy. In that, do I want to vote Lauren out, or do I want to vote Ayal out?
I thought Ayal was my guy, but then Nadia was like, he has an alliance with the boys, and I'm like, I don't trust that, but I can't get rid of him because I'm like, we're hoping we can, like, if it does tie and something happens and I get voted for, I play it for myself, and Nadia or Valen gets voted for, that we can threaten him and be like, okay, fine, you don't want to vote with us now, or you leave it up to chance that you go home.
I told Henry about this idea, and I told Nadia about this idea, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring it up with Parker. Parker from day one said he doesn't want to play dishonest. He wants to be honest the entire time, right? So that's huge for me as an ally, but also the fact that he comes off as someone who's never gonna lie to you is huge, and we can turn it around and use that for our advantage.
Sent Valen a text last night just saying how sorry I am and that I am voting for her, and it's true. And part of it just is the actual guilt, you know. I don't want to see the wrong person go home, but part of it, of course, is if Lauren and Valen have this alliance that Nadia says they have, then maybe Lauren will use the idol on Valen.
First of all, it made me realize that, like, yeah, they're 100% voting for me. He even mentioned in that text, like, Lauren has her idol. He's like, Lauren has her idol, I'm not voting for myself, and out of the 4, it's you. Is basically what he told me. So it's just another confirmation that the guys are 100% convinced that Lauren's gonna play her idol on herself, and that they're all 100% convinced they're voting for me.
If Parker says it has to be true, it's super honest, it's genuine. And honestly, he is putting Valen's name down, so he's not lying.
I appreciate Parker and his honesty, and if the girls and I have to decide on someone who has to end up going, like the guy that we keep voting for, because Ayal's a key player, we can't vote him out because he's the one who could slip, would be Henry, because I really do appreciate Parker's honesty, and not just with what he told me today, but throughout this entire game.
Parker did seem apologetic to Valen for getting her out, so we like him. We have to keep Ayal in case there's a tie, so that leaves Henry.
Henry's just been kind of like, I can't get a read on him, and like, I know the guys probably do, you know, they're all on the lines, like, even from the girls, we all kind of have the same consensus that it's like hard to connect with him, and he knows so much about Survivor, and like, I don't know, I would pick Parker over Henry.
Lauren and Valen feel like because he talked to them that they can work with him in the future if they get me out. So that kind of leaves me on my alliance. So not a good feeling, but I really hope Nadia pulls through.
Apparently the girls are targeting Henry. Last night they wanted to target me, or there was conversations of targeting me, but today Nadia said that they're targeting Henry because they just haven't talked to him, I guess. But that's good for me. I don't want my name going down.
Best case scenario, Valen has the idol and plays it tonight, and Nadia hasn't said anything, and then it'll be a split vote, probably between Lauren and Ayal.
We've already decided we're splitting the votes either way. 2 go to Valen, 2 go to Lauren. Mathematically, none of us can go home. We just can't. It's impossible.
Henry has this absurd theory that the idol that Lauren has, that she showed us the other night, is actually a fake.
Her idol is fake.
If it's fake.
Are we sure that it's fake?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, these are the facts. The idol was re-hidden on Monday, in the same place and in the same condition. We know that the Puppet Master's first picture couldn't be fake because we know that the deadline was set by production and not the Puppet Master. And the only thing that has a deadline is when someone on another tribe gets somebody else's idol, blah, blah, blah. Given that we know that the first picture was real and that we know it was put back in the same condition, that swirly whatever is not an idol.
I clearly know it's fake, and that if someone votes against her, like, it's not going to help. But I obviously just can't tell them that. I can't seem that... I can't make it seem that, like, the idol's fake. That's just not gonna work.
If Lauren plays that idol for herself, and it is fake, that would be huge. Absolutely huge. We would win again, and we'd get her home, get her off the show. But that is huge. I can't go into the tribal council feeling comfortable knowing that it's fake, because you always have to plan for the worst.
When I say I don't know if I'm giving it to Valen or if I'm keeping it for myself, I mean that, because I really don't know yet.
She's convinced that the guys are gonna vote for me, and Lauren even said herself that she doesn't think they're gonna scheme. So I really hope that Lauren goes through with this idea, because it'll put us 3 through.
I would say about a 75% chance Valen goes home, 20% chance Lauren goes home, and 5% in case one of the 4 of us doesn't stick to the plan, which is really just a wild card. I don't think that would happen.
Nadia really has the most power in the game. Lauren probably feels safe. Nadia told us that Lauren said that she's going to base her decision on who to play the idol for on what we say in like the pre-voting question and answer segment.
I feel really bad though, because I'm kind of like a double agent at this point.
Nadia has all the power. She decides who goes home tonight because she has more information than anybody.
If I lose because Nadia flips on me, then that's my fault completely, but that's the only way that can happen, right? And I'm putting all my faith in her, and I expect to see some loyalty tonight.
Hope I don't go home. Nadia, please don't send me home. Lauren should go. It's the right decision.
I think it's going to be dramatic, and I hate that it came to this, but, you know, the guy I thought was my guy from the beginning is not being honest with me, and I'm glad Nadia told us, otherwise I'd have just thought everything was fine.
I'm wearing the Clark Kent glasses, but I'm Superman. And in this game, you're going to see that I'm Superman. But honestly, hopefully, I just don't want my name going down on the paper. I trust Nadia. I don't want my name going down.
Mon Tribe, welcome to Tribal Council. This is not where you want to be, but after your performance in the last challenge, one of you will be the second person voted out as Scotty Survivor, lost in time. I'll start with Henry. Walk me through what happened in the last challenge.
I played anchor in the last challenge, so I don't really know what happened in the relay race preceding my spot. I know everything AL gave me I answered correctly. I even got one that wasn't given to me. It came down to the word count. I write a lot, I'm a philosophy major, so I assumed it'd be longer than it was, and the rest is history.
Impressive getting one that you didn't even know. AL, do you think that there was anybody to blame for your challenge performance?
I think we should we win as a team, we lose as a team. That challenge could have been anyone's game. It came down to the last question, we kind of all agreed, like, we would have, if we were in Henry's position, we would have voted, or would have guessed, like, around 500. I don't think there's any single person to blame for that loss. It's a challenge that anyone could have won, and it just didn't go our way.
Fair enough. So let's get down to business. Last week, y'all had a crazy week with this quote-unquote puppet master. Parker, you seem to have a reaction to that. Walk me through what happened with the puppet master.
Well, we all received an individual email from this puppet master claiming that this puppet master wants us as an ally and that we had to find another tribe's idol because the puppet master already had ours and he wanted to arrange some sort of swap. So we had a few different plays, but ultimately Henry and I ended up creating a fake idol that we were going to trade the puppet master with just to figure out the identity. That's the only thing I really wanted. Well, so I had to stake out behind Hunt Library to make an exchange, and the puppet master never showed, which wasted my time, which is my largest pet peeve, is when someone wastes my time. So then it became kind of personal. Since then, the puppet master emailed
Lauren a picture of a picture of the idol's location. Again, seemingly a waste of time. And really, all I want in this game at this point is to take out the Puppet Master. That is my goal. I want him gone.
Okay, Lauren, he called you out there. What's your relationship with the Puppet Master? Walk me through how you've been handling those occurrences.
Yeah, so immediately when I got the email, I didn't like it. I didn't like the pretentious Puppet Master name. I'm not a puppet. And I also didn't like that they were anonymous. So while they made a fake idol, my immediate response was to pretend to buddy up with them to get an identity. I don't have any intention of doing anything with that. But so I sent a general email being like, look, tell me who you are, let's partner up. And they took that at face value. And then they sent me an idol clue, and I went with Fallon actually to go look for it. It wasn't there. I checked again before the challenge on Friday, and it was there. And we talked as a team. I have it. I brought it with me tonight. I do intend to play it tonight, kind of for myself, just to kind of get it back in the wild. I don't want the drama. I don't want to be a threat. I don't want all this this target on my back. So I think the best move is for me to just play it tonight, and then everyone can have a fair shot. There's no Puppet Master. Theoretically, they should not know where it is next time.
Valen, that's some huge news. Apparently Lauren has an idol and she's ready to play it tonight. This is a unified tribe. Do you think that she has reason to be worried? Walk me through it.
I think having an idol, it's the security, and I really appreciate Lauren's honesty in telling us. That's an idol for herself, and she was honest with all of us and told us, and she knew that revealing that to us would probably change or shift ideas of what's happening tonight. So I think, I don't know, it definitely put a thought into all of our heads going in today, and definitely changed our initial thoughts from when we first lost to Lauren revealing that. I think things shifted.
Nadia, Valen talks about shifting tribe dynamics. Who should be worried tonight?
It's gonna be tough tonight. There's a lot at stake. We know that Lauren's playing her idol, so we can't really vote her right now. So I think it's pretty straightforward at this point.
Straightforward. Walk me through it.
It's tough because there's some people who are definitely aligned, and I think some people didn't have the chance this week to really get to know each other very well. So I think unfortunately that person is the one that might go home.
It's time to vote. Henry, you're up first.
He's just been a little quiet, a little hard to get to know, so I don't know. I just don't know him. So.
Voting for Valen to get Lauren out, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but here we are.
I'll go tally the votes. I have the votes. For reveal the votes. If there are any idols or powers that'd like to be played, now is the time to do so. Place it right here.
Can I play it for me or can I play it for somebody else?
You can play it for whoever you wish.
I'm gonna play it for Valen.
Lauren has opted to play this idol for Valen. This is not a real hidden immunity idol. All votes for Valen will still count. With that, I'll read the votes. First vote. Henry. Valen. That's one vote Henry, one vote Valen. Valen. Henry. We're tied again. That's 2 votes Valen, 2 votes Henry, 2 votes remaining. Lauren. That's 2 votes Valen, 2 votes Henry, 1 vote Lauren, 1 vote remaining. final vote and second person voted out of Scotty Survivor Lost in Time will be decided by a revote, since the final vote is for Lauren. This is how the revote will work. The 3 people who are tied, Lauren, Henry, and Valen, will not vote. That means just Eyal, Parker, and Nadia will vote. We will begin with Eyal.
I would just like to say, this was all my plan. It worked perfectly. I don't care that the idol was fake because she played it for Val.
For the second time tonight, I'll go tally the votes. I have the votes. Once I reveal the votes, the person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Lauren. Second person voted out of Scotty Survivor, Lost in Time, Lauren. Lauren, please bring me your torch.
Lauren, the time is spoken. It's time for you to go.
So far this game, you survived a puppet master, and now you've survived your first tribal council as a tribe. It's only going to get crazier from here. Best of luck in the next challenge, and take care.
Next time on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time, how will the first tribe swap of the game change everyone's plans? And how will some deal with the aftermath of their secret relationships being revealed to their entire tribe?
There's not really much to say. I thought my idol was real. I guess I probably would have gone to him anyway. But I think it was a mistake to play it on Valen. I trusted Nadia. Maybe I shouldn't have. I wish them all the best. Really unfortunate that idol was fake. That's all I got.